Today I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon, which means reading as much as possible in the span of 24 hours. To you this may sound like insanity, but all I hear is cozying up on the couch with friends, eating snacks, and just reading all day. I've clearly never done this before, and I'm probably massively underestimating how much reading for 24 hours is gonna make me lose my mind. So I've created a little survival package. I'm going to my friend's house, so I'm taking a lot of choices of books with me to read. I have here interesting book that I'm most interested in reading, the literary horror fiction Perfume by Suskind, an easy to read book for when my brain cells have died off. I have the second Emily Wilde book. This is like fairy cozy fantasy. Non-fiction for when I still have brain cells left. These are Susan Sontag's essays that I've been meaning to get to forever. Easy to get through non-fiction. This is one of those graphic guides. It has pictures. And lastly, a short story for when I just want to get that little dopamine hit of finishing something. I have White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevski, which is supposedly an amazing short story about love. And last but not least, sometimes you want to be able to kind of switch it up and listen to an audiobook. So I brought some things to do while listening to an audiobook, like playing some games on my Switch or doing something in my journal. I think we should be able to survive this. Let's go to Nina's house, because we're turning this 24-hour readathon in a whole like bookish sleepover fun friends activity. I would love to hear if any of you guys have done a 24-hour readathon with friends, and if you plan on doing one, we will be giving tons of tips throughout this video to make it like the coziest, most fun time. See you there! It's a big fantasy. This is Nina's stack. That's a big stack.
This is my stack. But I have 2 graphic novels, so it's a little bit less intimidating than...
Yeah, I don't know, but they're still big graphic novels.
Yes. But I'm not sure if I'm going to read it. But I just brought them or put them on the stack so I can switch if I need a graphic novel. And this is, I have this one on audio as well, so it will be easier to read that one as well.
So to prepare ourselves, we just went grocery shopping. My favorite part. Okay, we got a lot of fruits just to like balance our candy, the best kind of candy. And then just a lot of crisps. A lot of crisps. This is so adorable.
Hello. Het is een snack
plate
board.
Dit is echt top. Dit is precies waar
This is my dream.
Oh, dat is zo schattig.
Also, this is my favorite part, is if you look at this, this is the best selection of snacks. You have crisps, you have sausages, cauliflower, and carrots.
Okay.
So random. Why are they there?
Oh, we didn't get cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
I'm going to set a stopwatch so we can see how long we've been reading, and once it gets to 24 hours, we will be free. Free! 3, 2, wacht.
Oh.
Is it on one or after one?
We'll say go. So okay. After one, I will say go. Yes.
So we'll press it on go.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Oh.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah! I'm going to start by reading Perfume by Suskind. All I know about this is that this is kind of like a horror classic about a man who is so obsessed with catching the scent of women that he kills them and like tries to get the scent of their skin. That sounds absolutely horrible and vile and weird. I think I'm gonna love this book. I thought I should read like the classic book at the beginning while I'm still like fresh in my mind. filming in front of Nina's beautiful bookshelf. We are 1.5 hours into the readathon. Not gonna lie, I'm already tired and ready for a break. I normally, when I read at home, I read for an hour max. And yeah, and then I'm done. I want to do something else.
I'm done.
No, I feel this. I'm kind of surprised that I'm not bored yet because I never read this much in one go.
But I am really loving, like, I'm not done with the vibes. No, I notice my concentration starts wavering. But I am like so pleasantly surprised by this book. I'm always like a little bit scared when I read literary fiction if I'm gonna enjoy it or not. But I've been reading so much fantasy lately, like just fantasy, honestly. I was like, I need to read something else, and I'm loving this. It is so like obsessive and engrossing, and I love all
Your favorite books.
Yeah, it's true. And I love all the descriptions of perfumes and smells. One day he smells a young woman and he just goes crazy and he's like, this is the best thing I've ever smelled. I need to kill this woman so I can smell her more. It's crazy.
Why would a decaying body be better than
It's just like the few seconds after he killed her, he can like go all in on her. We're gonna have lunch now, so that's a little bit of a break, and I'm just excited to keep reading this book. Like I just want to keep reading. Made matcha. Now it's time to choose our syrup, one of Nina's beautiful syrup. We have white chocolate, hazelnut, and pumpkin spice. I think white chocolate will be really great.
syrup selection?
But I made it with soy milk, so it's already pretty sweet. So then I don't put in too much.
Too matcha.
I love a good pun. Because the sun is shining, we're gonna sit on the balcony to read outside.
So much reading is being done.
We are at, oh my god, it's already 5 in the afternoon. We've been reading for almost 5 hours now in total, and for some reason I've only read like 150 pages in total, which is not a lot. That's like 30 pages an hour on average, but you know, I haven't been reading constantly. We've had lunch, sometimes we just like chat a little bit. I'm feeling so zen. Honestly, after like 1 hour, I was like, oh, I don't think I can do this for a lot longer. But now I'm like really zen, especially reading outside in the sun. It's just something, I could do that all day, every day. And I am now halfway into Perfume, and I'm loving this. I just didn't expect this book to have so many like alchemy, chemistry vibes to it. Like there's so much talk about scents and distillation and scent extraction, and I really feel like I'm there in Paris in the 18th century in some little back shop where someone is doing all this perfume tincture making. I will say, for a book about a murderer, I was expecting there to be more murder. I'm halfway through and there hasn't been much murder yet, and I would like a little bit more murder. Is that too much to ask? Here's a little tip if you're going to be doing a 24-hour readathon with your friends. We're gonna go on a little walk just to like switch it up because, you know, you just can't be sitting down for 24 hours. So in order to keep reading while you're walking, we're going to be listening to an audiobook. But we thought it would be super fun to all listen to the same audiobook and all start it at the same time. So when we're going on our walk, we're all listening to the same thing. I think that's such a brilliant idea, and I think the book that we're going to be reading, I'm so excited about this one. It just got published and it is The Age of Magical Overthinking by Amanda Montell. Amanda Montell wrote Cultish and Word Slut, two kind of like popular linguistic books that I absolutely love. As far as I'm aware, this one isn't about linguistics. It's more cultural criticism about overthinking, which sounds relatable to me. It sounds like it's going to have a little bit more of a cognitive psychological angle, which I love because I have a background in like cognitive sciences, so I just love Amanda Montell.
Where are your headphones?
I have earbuds.
It's been 7 hours and the exhaustion is clearly setting in. No, it's okay. But we're gonna make dinner. As in, Leora prepared some lovely dinner for us.
I will make dinner.
Yeah.
I can't even form full sentences at this point. I'm like, I dinner. I dinner.
I have luckily I have dinner.
I have first. I have
This is at 7 hours.
I can't
We
imagine
still
how we
have-
will be at like
how
15
much-
hours. I think we should try to stay up as long as possible
Yeah, I think so
and
too.
see how long we can make
Yeah,
it.
I'm excited for the evening because it's gonna be like the
Yes.
cozy part.
Yeah, we
of
can put on all the
readathon.
candles and all
Yeah.
the little lamps. Yeah.
I have Nina.
Luckily, I have
And
Nina.
Leo. I have Shoe.
Do you have shoe?
I have no
You don't have shoe.
I have
shoe.
no shoe. No shoe.
No shoe.
God, this is gonna be.
Oh.
I'm going back to my
I
book.
think we need to eat. Time for more snacks.
We have cook.
We have cook. Luckily, we have cook. Beautiful.
Cookies. 3 kinds. We have white chocolate raspberry. These are like Oreos, but then with jam. And then we have chocolate chips. And we have Kaastingels. Which I don't think.
Cheese stick.
Yeah, but it's not cheese sticks in the way that I think other countries have
Yeah.
cheese sticks. It's like
Crispy cheese.
cracker-like
Cheesy
with
cracker sticks.
cheesy crackers.
Yeah.
In stick form.
Cheesy cracker sticks.
And then we have these sour candy zure matten. Sour mats.
Yum. Look at them, so cozy in the background. So cozy. I'm like really into it. I feel like I worked through the tiredness and now I'm just like so excited to keep reading my book. I really thought I would want to switch it up a lot more. That's why I brought many different books. But honestly, all I want to do is just continue reading this book and finish it as soon as possible. Like, I'm so into it. I have somehow only read 108 pages and we are, let me check real quick, 9.5 hours into this readathon. And I listened to an hour of audiobook for the year of The Age of Magical Thinking by Amanda Montell. So that's basically 8.5 hours of reading this and I'm only on page 180. But honestly, I don't really care. I'm just really enjoying it. I'm so engrossed. Already almost 10 in the evening.
Such a wild night.
I know, it's so wild.
Crazy times.
Crazy times. Just sitting on the couch reading. It's my dream, honestly. I think I'm gonna switch to my pajamas and my big sweater soon for ultimate cozy vibes.
That's such a good idea.
I've already done that.
Maybe we should make tea.
I can make tea.
It's tea time.
Tea time.
Tea time. Replenish the snack platter. Very important.
Wat voor thee zullen wij doen? Yeah, we can do 99.
Dit is 99.
Die leren zaten God, I have to pee.
The snack platter. Now it's, I think the last snack platter was like mostly sweet stuff. And now it's salty. There's a science to this.
Is there?
There's a science to it. It's called snackology. You never heard of it?
No.
I graduated.
You graduated?
With honors.
At the uni of snack. We're doing so well.
Okay. Present snacks to me now.
Present snacks.
So awake right now. I'm actually feeling very awake right now.
I think I'm in the middle of you two. I'm not super awake, but I feel like I could be like, if I do something that energizes me now, then I could go for a little while longer.
What time is it?
It's like almost 11.
Okay, how many hours are we into the readathon?
Phone?
Yeah, it is 11 in the evening. We are 10.5 hours into
That's so short. We have so long to go. We're not even halfway.
Let's give you guys an update on how we're enjoying the books that we're reading. I've pretty much only been reading Perfume, and I already told you I love it. And you are reading The Will of the Many.
Yeah, it's really good. It's quite complicated, but it's put together really well, and it's very engrossing. And this really feels like a fresh new thing, but at the same time it feels very reminiscent of my all-time favorite fantasies. You should, I think you would really like it.
It sounds really good.
Highly recommend.
I've been reading 2 books. I've been reading The Husbands, which is, I don't know. I was enjoying it and now it's just gone to a direction where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I have like 50 pages to go and it's not like we're building to an ending in any way, so I'm very curious to see if that's gonna happen or if it's just gonna end. But yeah, I was kind of tired of reading this, so I started the reappearance of Rachel Price. This is very good so far. Like the title suggests, the person that is missing will reappear. Ooh. I think that's a really interesting take, and I love these like fast-paced Holly Jackson. I love most of her books.
And you've been listening to the audiobook while crocheting?
Yes.
What are you crocheting?
I don't know.
I'm certain, just crocheting
yeah,
into the void.
No, I feel like I'm making 2 hexagons, which can be turned into a lot of different things. You have like hexagon sweaters, but you can also make a little blouse with like short sleeves. Ooh. Or it kind of depends on what I want to do with it. But I think I want to try to make like pull over little shirts, but kind of depends on how long I want to keep going.
I think to energize us.
I mean, not you. You're like pumped up.
I have energy, but to energize
we have
you,
to practice our straight guy moves.
I think we need a little dance break.
I also think we need a little dance break. That's what it calls for.
Yes. And what song are we gonna dance to?
Celebrate.
I wanna dance with somebody.
What the heck?
You're done?
I'm done. Woo! That was crazy ending.
In a good way?
Yeah. I'm so happy that I read this book. I love this. And we are 12 and a half hours into the readathon.
12 and a
We
half.
passed the halfway point.
It's officially very late. 1 o'clock?
I don't know what to do now. Are we gonna sleep?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Powering through.
I'm still good to read a little bit. So
Okay, I'll pick out my next book then. I'm so tired. I'm ready to go to bed. I'm gonna try to stay awake for like 1 more hour. My brain can really only handle some light reading right now. The only light reading I brought is the second Emily Wilde book, and I really don't feel like starting a whole new book right now. I should have brought more like light short stories to read. I don't know what to read. Like so hard. I think I'm gonna be reading Dostoyevski at 2 at night.
I don't fucking think you
I don't think that's good.
You think I'm gonna read Susan Sontag at 2 at night? I think I'll just read a little bit in my little non-fiction book. And my brain doesn't really brain right now. I don't think I can get into a story, so I'll just read some information. I actually cannot concentrate on this at all right now. Not a single non-fiction piece of information is going into my brain right now. So we're just gonna do the lightest book that I have with me. I want to sleep.
I'm doing great. I go to bed either at 10 or at like 1, so there's no in between. When I got over my like 10 sleepiness, then I was like, okay, I guess it's a late night.
You're in your like post sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just getting my first sleepy right now.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
fucking third sleepiness of the
We have a big problem, and that is that we found out that we're out of coffee. And we went to bed at like 2:30 and woke up at 8, so we got 5.5 hours of sleep. So we really need the caffeine to get through those last 4 hours because we just passed the 20-hour mark. Leora is currently out to get coffee and some little breads. I really plan on using those last 4 hours to achieve my goals, you know, hustle and let's go. I read like 3 pages in Emily Wilde last night and I didn't retain anything. My goal for these last 4 hours is that I do actually really want to finish something, and I really want to finish White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevski. It's a 90-page short story, which should be doable, but it is Dostoyevski. I'm expecting it to be pretty dense, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do that. And then on top of that, I actually would also like to read at least one of Susan Sontag's essays. Like, these are just the kind of books that I always put off, and I feel like a 24-hour readathon is like the moment to just sit down and read them. So I have 4 hours. Let's go. I was hoping to be blown away by this, as it had been hyped up as like an amazing love story. I'm a little bit disappointed. I really did like, especially the beginning, it's very much about being a dreamer and a hopeless romantic and always disappearing in your own daydreams. I've fallen in love with nobody, with an ideal, with the one I see in my dreams. I create entire love stories in my dreams. I am a dreamer. I have so little real life. That's really beautiful and also kind of painfully calling me out. But other than that, the love story, I don't know, it is like a beautiful love story, but I do kind of feel like I've read this kind of love story a million times before and it didn't really make me feel anything new. But Leora did say that it could be that this was like the original. Maybe this was one of the first love stories like this. Sorry, I can't give more details because then it would be a spoiler. But maybe this is the blueprint for these kinds of love stories. I'm not sure, but I already know that this is not gonna stick with me. We have like a little less than 2 hours left. Let's pick something out to end this with. Books are just scattered across the floor everywhere.
It's so cute. You just leave a trail of books.
Yeah, ooh, little trinket. Next, I want to read at least one of Susan Sontag's essays. Oh, it's like 1.5 hours left.
Oh.
Even. We're 22 hours and 20 minutes in.
Damn.
We all kind of feel like we could keep going. Like, I really thought those last hours were going to be so hard. But I feel like I could just keep reading for the entire day. Like, I almost don't want to stop in 1.5 hours. I've read Against Interpretation and On Style, which I think are our most famous essays. I think I will read A Note on Novels and Films, as I've been reading a lot of novels the past 22 hours. It's reading on the floor time.
Floor time.
Floor time.
Or maybe also.
How are you gonna spend the last hour?
I am going to try to get to the halfway point of the reappearance of Rachel Price.
That's a good goal. And you?
I just got ready listening to some more of The Age of Magical Overthinking. But now I'm going to get back to The Will of the Many.
Ooh, do you think you're gonna finish it?
I have 100 pages to go, so I don't think
That's ambitious for an hour.
That's
Yeah.
ambitious.
And I don't want to speed through it because it's so good.
Okay, I am going to be spending the last hour trying to finish this little non-fiction book that I've been reading for the past few weeks, because I would love to end on a book finished. It's floor time.
It is floor time.
I'm gonna join you guys on the floor.
Yes.
I finished this book.
How much time is left?
Half an hour.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I gonna do with that time? I'm gonna spend this last half hour chilling, listening to the audiobook of The Age of Magical Overthinking, and playing a video game on my Switch. It's time!
It's time!
Are we done? I've read almost 400 pages in The Will of the Many. Look at that. I've read 33 pages in the last session, which was my graphic novel that I was reading. And I've read like 16 or so more pages in Sweet Bean Paste.
And which one was your favorite thing that you read? Yeah.
But I do really enjoy The Age of Magical Overthinking. It's a really intriguing read, but I feel like if I have some more space in my mind, like later on this week, I'll enjoy it better, because right now there's just like...
Yeah.
My brain is processing so many things.
This is what I read. I read about 200 pages in The Husbands, and then I started and finished Sheets, and then I read about 180 pages in The Reappearance of Rachel Price, and I also listened to about 80 pages of The Age of Magical Overthinking. I don't know, I think so far I'm enjoying this the most, but that's just because it's like a mystery and I'm very curious to find out what will happen. I did not like The Husbands, so...
Let me tell you what I ended up reading. I read the entirety of Perfume, and this is by far my favorite thing that I've read. I also finished all of White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevski, which was 80 pages. I finished the last little bit of this little non-fiction book on chaos theory. I read like one essay by Susan Sontag, and I read about 30% of the audiobook for The Age of Magical Overthinking. I didn't really read the second Emily Wilde book. Highly recommend doing this yourself with some friends. Okay, how are we feeling after 24 hours of reading? I'm feeling weirdly okay.
Me too. I honestly think that this energized me more than it like tired me out, because it was just so nice to like not have to do any of my responsibilities and just ignore the world. I have like 12 open text messages, like different chats on my phone that I've ignored for the past 24 hours, and I've just not thought about it.
Yeah,
that's a problem for later.
It's like a little digital detox.
Yeah.
I just feel really tired. But at the same time, I know like we're done now, so I'm also like, yeah, we did it.
What am I gonna do? I don't know, play Stardew Valley, I guess.
Yeah, listen to the audiobook. I really liked ending just playing a Switch and listening to the audiobook. It was a nice way to kind of switch things up. I expected to do more audiobook reading and switching it up during the time, but I was actually very surprised with how quickly you just get into flow and just start reading physical books for hours and hours.
Yeah.
I think what was a really great decision that we made was to start like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So that in the middle of the 24-hour readathon you sleep, and then there's like a second sprint at the end.
Yeah.
Instead of going, for example, from midnight to midnight. I think that would be worse.
No, midnight to midnight would have ruined me.
Yeah. And do sleep, because I think if you're just not gonna sleep and you're so tired, it's kind of a waste of the book you're reading because you're not processing anything anymore.
I agree, but I did like trying to stay up for a bit.
A bit, yeah.
But still 5.5 hours of sleep. I'm gonna collapse this afternoon.
Yeah, probably.
It did feel like a cute little sleepover.
Yeah, oh, I love it.
It was so nice.
So middle school vibes.
One of my
Find some friends that love reading.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
One of the best things about my life, I think.
and also some friends that maybe you're used to doing your own thing with.
But I think it's also because we see each other a lot and very regularly. Like, we don't have anything pressing or new to discuss necessarily.
Don't do a 24-hour readathon with your friend that you haven't seen
in half a year.
In half a
That's
year.
not gonna work.
No.
If you want to see their thoughts and their experience with this readathon, I will link both of their channels in the description and the video that they made about this readathon as well. Highly recommend checking them out. They make great videos. What else? I really hope you enjoyed coming with us and spending this cozy day with us. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon in another video very soon. Goodbye. Bye.